Hi guys, Chris here, and you're watching Here We Are Running, and we've reached that time of the year. It's the end of the year, and what I do at the end of every year is I look back on my running journey and I hold myself accountable to the goals that I set at the beginning of the year. So tune in tomorrow for the goals I'm going to set for 2022. But for this video, we are looking back at the 2021 goals, and I'll let you know what I achieved, what I didn't achieve, and some reasons behind that. Now, in previous years, I have managed to achieve most of the goals I've set, although 2021 was a little bit different. Let's kick off by looking at what my first goal was.
Goal number one, and goal number one is my distance related goal for the entire year. We did considerably more last year than we had set out to do. This year, we are going to aim for 3,000 kilometres, and a real stretch goal for me will be 3,200 kilometres, which converts to 2,000 miles across the course of the year.
So I can tell you straight away, this first goal, we didn't achieve it. And I'm surprised, to be honest, because the amount of volume I was putting into my runs in the early months of 2021 was more than I'd ever done before. And that was, of course, because I was training for my first 50-mile ultra. In those first 5 months, I had already done 1,000 miles or 1,600 kilometres. But the total for the entire year is only 2,514 kilometres or 1,562 miles. So you can see how those, from June onwards, the volume I was doing went really downwards. It nosedived. And that was, of course, because of the injury I picked up and because of some motivational issues that I had after the Manchester Marathon. But, I'm happy that we put a lot of volume into those first 5 months, and I know that I can do that, and I also know some benefits that doing that had on my running, which we will cover more in the video. But in terms of goal number one, not achieved.
So goal number two, I'm going to be aiming for a PB at 10k and hoping to go sub 43 minutes.
You know what? I didn't even attempt a fast 10k throughout the whole of 2021. I'd forgotten I'd even set this goal, to be honest. And the only race I did at the 10k distance was when I was recovering from the injury. So I wasn't aiming to do a fast time there. That was at the A6 London 10k. However, we did earlier in the year run a couple of fast 5ks. Firstly, in February on the treadmill, I went a second, I think it was, under the 19-minute mark for 5k. And then in April, outdoors, I did a time trial and came in at my fastest ever outdoor 5k, which was 19 minutes, 24 seconds. So that was all during the ultramarathon training. So I know that when I am in a decent training block, that I can build up the fitness and I can run faster. So in terms of a 10k, faster 10k time, I've got confidence that I can do that given the right training. But in terms of doing that in 2021, goal two, not achieved.
Hopefully 2021 is going to be different and we do go sub 3 hours 45 for the marathon. We'll be doing it at the Manchester Marathon, which I really hope takes place this year.
So that elusive sub 3 hours 45 minute marathon that I've had as a goal in a number of years now and haven't come really very close to it, to be honest. But Manchester was never going to happen. It was never going to be that sort of time frame. I had about half the training time that I would have wanted heading up for Manchester, all because of the injury that I picked up during the ultra marathon, and then the subsequent recovery period, just cutting short my marathon training block. So it was never going to happen at Manchester. And as you know, Manchester ended up being a DNF. But I had to remind myself, because earlier in the year, and this goes back to that volume of training that I was doing for the ultramarathon, I actually ran the marathon distance twice during March. One of those times was on a training run on the trails, on the hilly trails, 800 meters of elevation gain that particular day. And I did the marathon distance training run in 4 hours 40 minutes with that 800 meters of elevation gain. And then also in March, I took part in a Zwift race, marathon distance, on the treadmill and ran my fastest marathon distance race, albeit on the treadmill, of 3 hours and 53 minutes, which isn't too far away from that goal of 3:45. And that was, of course, during ultramarathon training. So again, that gives me some confidence that once I build up that volume of running and get my fitness levels to the level they were back in the earlier part of this year, 3:45 could be achievable. I will set a marathon goal for 2022. Stay tuned to watch out what I'm going to aim for that. But in terms of goal number 3, the sub 3 hour 45 marathon, no, didn't happen, not achieved.
So the big goal for this year is goal number 4. And it is big, guys. We are going big and we are going long. 50 miles long, in fact. Yeah, that's right. So for those of you who recognise the route I've been running on today, it is part of the North Downs Way. And that's relevant to goal number 4, because for goal number 4, I am going to run the North Downs Way 50-mile race. It happens in May. I'm hopefully confident that it is going to take place. And yeah, we are going big, we are going long, we are going North Downs Way 50 for goal number 4.
So this was the biggie. And if there was just one of these 5 goals that I was going to achieve, this is the one I wanted it to be. It's the one I had focused all of my training on in the early part of the year, and the one I, had really set my sights high on in terms of doing my first 50-mile ultra. It didn't go according to plan. You will have seen that. But we got through it. We suffered the injury, which we had to recover from afterwards. But we got through it. I achieved my first 50-mile ultra on the North Downs Way 50. And we did it in a time of 12 hours, 22 minutes against a cutoff of 13 hours. So delighted to have done that. I look back at that video just to give myself some motivation every now and then about what is possible in our running journeys. And something I would like to do again, another ultra. I don't think I'm going to aim for a 50 miler the next time, probably a 50k, see how I get on in that. So again, stay tuned to see whether or not we look to do something like that in 2022.
So goal number 5, as I said, a YouTube related goal. I would like to increase the content that I'm producing for this YouTube channel that you guys are watching, without, of course, lacking on the quality. So I am going to try and produce, on average, 2 videos a week, which is a slight increase. I'm probably doing on average 1.5 videos per week across the course of the year last year. So we'll see if we can get that up to 2 videos a week.
So sometimes life gets in the way, and I set out to try and average 2 videos a week. It didn't happen, I'm afraid. It was a good aim, but not achieved. And I've totaled it up. I did 76 videos in the year. There's a mix of races, training vlogs, reviews, and some live streams as well, which averages just under 1.5 videos per week, which is probably very similar to what I did in the year before. So yeah, it would have been nice to have published a few more videos, but just life got in the way. So only one of the 5 goals achieved. It was my biggie, so I am glad that I achieved that one. And I've learned a lot, and we have had some other achievements during the year. Of course, I didn't have it as a goal, but we got the FKT, myself and Harry from Jog On, got the FKT on the Mole Gap Trail at the second time of asking. And it has been beaten now, by the way, but we got it. So that was an important achievement for the year. And the other thing, a highlight of the year for me, is parkrun coming back and events coming back in general, but particularly parkrun coming back, an important milestone in the whole pandemic to get parkrun back and to be able to get down there on a Saturday morning at 9 o'clock. Guys, do thank you for the whole of the year and supporting me and watching the videos, pressing the like button, commenting, and I hope I've brought some enjoyment to your viewing of running on YouTube and to your running journey. And guys, as always, if you've enjoyed this video, please do hit that thumbs up button to give it a like. If you're new around here, why not consider subscribing? And remember, tune in tomorrow for my 2022 running goals.